Good evening, everybody, crazy people. Welcome to the Eurovision Song Contest. Oh, no, it's the wrong program, isn't it? It's the wrong
And
program.
tonight, I'm going to be singing from Denmark, one of my favourite songs, I Believe I Can Fly.
Oh, no, Nilpois.
Oh.
Oh, dear. Well, it's good to see you, mate. And we've got a
Good to see
guest
you.
on tonight, obviously,
Obviously,
So,
background
have a
recorder.
quick little look, see who we've got in. We've got Santa Claus in. I reckon there's going to be a lot of people watching the old Eurovision tonight.
Well,
we've got Dave in.
Sean was the first one in.
Yeah. Oh, yes. We've got Antoinette. Good evening.
Good evening.
Santa, Dave, Antoinette. I think we've got just Dave, Antoinette, and Santa. So welcome you three.
I see John Walsh as well. I see John Walsh.
Chris and we've got John, so that's 5.
Oh, that's it. That's a sorted.
Porky's
in the house.
Sorted.
Ems is there with it. We're
got you
sorted.
in. Porky's.
Oh, here he is. Smash that thumbs up.
Yep.
Oh, that's all we
UK.
need.
How are you doing? That's Paula Marie. Emsden is Paula Marie. Em's their daughter. We've got Elaine in. We've got my mum in. We've got Pete, Theme Parks and Toys. We've got Mandy. Yeah, I think I'm at the bottom already. So we've got a few people in anyway. So that's good. We've got Sean in. There he is.
Here he is.
Been ages since I've seen such sexiness on a webcam without paying £20 to South America. Lovely. And we've got Tam and Bell on.
So much information to digest at once.
I know.
Just that comment alone.
I know. And James wanted to go smart cash tonight, seeing as he's he's easing his way out.
This is my penultimate show, so I'm just thinking.
No, you've got one more after this, haven't we?
That's what penultimate means, isn't it?
Oh, does it? I don't know. I'm thick.
Yeah. I think so.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. I swear that's how it works.
We've got Max in. Right. So our guest is Shae. So I think we should bring Shae on. What do you reckon?
Whoop whoop. Yeah, definitely. 100%.
Good evening. Well, good. It's not good evening over where you are, is it?
No, it's afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Shae.
Hello.
Oh, nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Yeah, it's good to see you. We have met before. Well, not met before, but we've met on here before on a live. Do you just want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. I'm Shae, aka MD Picker, and that's for Maryland. It does not mean doctor, so don't take any medical advice from me. I'm a part-time picker seller on Mercari and eBay, and my niche is toys.
Nice.
Mercari's popping at the moment. I think, if I'm right in saying, Mercari's really, really happening on shoes in America. It seems to be like the biggest platform for shoes at the moment, from what I'm hearing.
Shoes and toys. It's huge. Yeah.
Nice. We've got New England Betty Boop in. I think she's in America. Good evening. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
We got. I said Santa, didn't I? We've got Elaine. 2:30 p.m. in Massachusetts.
Yep.
There you go.
Wow.
Everyone saying hello to everyone. So your favourite thing is toys, then, Shae?
Yes.
What, vintage toys or a certain genre of toys? Like,
I tend to stick to like 90s, early 2000s kind of toys, but there's some like more modern stuff that I pick up too. But that's usually like my realm of toys I go for. Do
you just collect, or do you sell, or do you collect as well?
I don't really keep a whole lot. I sell the majority of what I get. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's one of the biggest keys to reselling is never getting high on your own supply. 100%.
Yeah, don't keep it all. Don't keep it all.
I appreciate if you're into, as an example, cards, and right now I know the hot subject in like cards is like football cards or soccer cards, because it hasn't boomed yet in America. And when the World Cup comes, the whispers, it's almost like saying, you know, like it's the biggest whisper ever. It's like the biggest kept secret ever. Like everyone knows about it, but the market, they're expecting it to boom when that happens, like baseball cards have and things like that. So yeah, I know certain toys. If I was going into it, I know a lot of people sometimes like to put items aside if there's like movies coming. So like you might
that's what I usually try to base. If I know like Jurassic World is coming out with a new one within the next like few weeks, So anything that's Jurassic
Any
Park,
Jurassic
Jurassic
Park.
World is going to be hot. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. And as you said there, that's exactly what it is. And it's like right now, I think I was looking the other day at like Funko Pops for Fantastic Four, and they're quite cheap at the moment. And I was trying to work out, not that I collect Funko Pops, I was thinking, if I ever see them, I might start stacking the new Phase Marvel stuff aside and then sell it when it all pops again. But as you said, you just got to be on trend, and it happens more often than not, really.
Yes.
Yeah, I've never really got into toys. I'd like to learn more about the toy side of things, because we've got obviously Amanda here, organizer reseller. She's good on the toys. But yeah, I'll have to get her to teach me the ways, because I don't know. That's one sort of one area I haven't really sort of gotten into. And we sort of shop in the same charity shop. So when she says, "Oh, I've got all these figures from," I know what shop she's got them from, and I'm like, damn. I just walked past them. I picked them up, probably looked at them and put them down. It's just absolutely nuts. Right. So Dave ABL is saying, "How's your head, Shae?"
Oh, my head is good. I just have a scar now.
Have we had a drunken episode or something?
You didn't ever see my fall?
Oh, not the fall off the chair.
My fall off my chair.
Oh, well, yeah. Dave's
it was more like the chair broke underneath me. It collapsed underneath me.
I did see it.
And I didn't have any time to react, and so I hit my head on my desk back here, and I had 3 staples in my head.
Oh, jeez, that's a while ago now. It's a few months ago, isn't it?
Little bit of banter.
What, almost 2 months ago?
Yeah.
Wow.
Jeez.
But I'm good now. I just have a scar on the back of my head.
Oh God. What? I got good views for you, so it brought in some money.
Oh, I think it was one of my higher viewed lives. I think I have all of them. So
I remember I could feel your pain when I was watching it, actually. So I take it you're talking to your husband there.
Yeah, he's over here.
is he a reseller as well, or
yeah?
And is he a collector though as well?
Both.
Oh, he's a collector as well. So you don't keep the bits, but your husband does.
He collects. Say hi. This is Mike.
How you doing?
My husband.
Hey guys.
Good afternoon. Good to see you.
The ratio of husbands all have beards. I'm respected American women. Blonde American women go for the beards. So
because we had Rachel and Drew on. So yeah,
Rachel and Drew came on. So we're loving the consistency. We're loving the consistency.
Yeah. So what stuff do you collect? Sorry, what's your name?
Mike.
Here. Turn it
down. Mike, Richard and James. Rich and James. So what toys do you collect then? Or is it toys you collect?
Yes.
Yeah. I collected Star Wars for a very long time.
Okay.
You really can't go wrong with it.
No.
And Lego. So probably the 2 most popular toys that you can really find.
Yeah, definitely.
And they always hold their value, at least from what I found.
Yeah.
Lego has started to do. They start rehashing stuff a lot, and the market kind of gets flooded. But Lego was really good about 8 or 9 years ago.
Yeah. It's so expensive now, though, isn't it? Like if you want the big Star Wars ships and the Death Stars and stuff like that, it's really expensive.
It can be. It's quite interesting. It's quite interesting in the UK. So we can post. So the dollar and the pound are pretty much the same unit at the end of the day. So it's no point getting an app out for 1.0 pence or whatever the difference is. but we can send items second class stamp, which is about $1. And I know a lot of people who are resellers make lots and lots and lots of money. Talking volume, but just on them figurines, it's mental. Like the small, like the Marvel ones are really can sell for like $10 to $15 as an example. Yeah, it's mental.
Yeah.
I watched someone today bought a large bundle, and some of the vintage ones are worth higher values. Like the trees are worth values as well. I didn't even thought the trees would be worth money, but yeah.
Yeah, crazy. It's really interesting. If you don't really know a lot about Lego, like if you see some like in a at a what do they call it, a boot sale?
Yeah.
If they have those there, if they have minifigures in there, they can pay for everything. Pretty much, depending on what it is. Like if it's a Star Wars figure or a Marvel figure.
Go get the stool.
Yeah.
Do you get a lot of fake figures over there? The sort of Lego wannabe figures.
Oh yeah. Those are, I wouldn't say very common, but they're around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you're not allowed to sell. You can't sell them on eBay, can you? The fake ones.
They don't hold their value. No, not really.
Yeah, cool. I'd say I've never got in. I've never picked Lego up because like I wouldn't know where to start with it.
I mean,
my son's got loads of it.
We've found like little bags for $5 or $6 in the thrift stores that we go to, and one minifigure I think I sold last week for like $25.
Yeah.
So it paid for 5 or 6 of the bags we bought.
Yeah.
Nice.
Crazy.
Nice. Well, I did. We bought my son some for his birthdays and for Christmases, and you buy him the little kits, the little boxes, so you can just build the little vehicle or build this, that, and the other. I said to him the other day, "Where's your Lego?" He pulled this tub out. He said, "It's all in there."
Yep.
Like no books, no bags. It's all in there. And I just thought, I can't even sweat it. I can't even stress about it. I'm not going there. I said, you'll have to sit there and build it all. Like, just sit there and build all the different bits to find out. But it's
Throughout lockdown, I did okay on Lego. There was someone getting rid of like I think their son had moved out, gone to college or something, and he had loads of like they were like beast animals and like Lego figures with like the figures and like the animals and like tigers and all sorts. And I think I bought the whole lot, say, for $30, and I ended up making like 15 to 20 times my money. But the benefit is each of them came with a booklet, and their son was really good because he completed them all for me, so I didn't have to build them. And then what I did on the listing, because I didn't want to do any research and I was super lazy, I just said sold as seen. I said I'm not 100% sure if they're 100% complete, but seem to have all the parts there. And then I just put the link for the Lego. Was it like block something or other? Brick something or other?
Brick set. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. And I just put the link for brick set. And I said, if there's anything missing, please go to this website, and all the items sold nice and comfortably. And I think if, say that the prices were like $20, I sold them for $15 because I wasn't 100% sure, but because I had next to no investment on it, I was happy to get it in and get it out. Basically, I think it's sometimes easier that way.
Yeah, it can be.
So what's your favorite toys to buy and sell?
That's a question for her.
You buy it and don't sell it.
I mean, that's a question for you.
What do I like to sell?
You sell everything.
No, I sell everything, but I think I've gotten like people start knowing me because of Octonauts. I don't know if you guys.
Oh yeah, Octonauts and they're crazy. They're crazy money. The Octonauts.
Yeah, so like Octonauts. I don't know if the logo's on here or not. That's right here.
They had a big set. They built a big section of Aquanauts or whatever it is on in one of our theme parks over here.
Oh yeah.
Oh cool.
Yeah.
So I've gotten known for my Octonauts. Like finding my Octonauts is probably one of my favorite things to find. What else do I find?
Because the one that I get confused with Octonauts sometimes at the boot sales, and the prices are like Octonauts are worth like $40, $50, $60, and then the other one that gets me that's not worth this, it's worth like 10 and 15, is the PJ Maxx or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Or TJ Maxx, but like they look very similar vehicles.
They look a lot. They look very similar. PJ Masks and then Paw Patrol, like they're all kind of like about the same, but like
Paw Patrol's okay. It's like it's like PJ Masks, Paw Patrol, and then Octonauts value wise from what I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, no, but I love action. I like action figures too. Action figures are like my big thing.
Is what's them dolls?
Barbie dolls?
No, not the Barbie ones. The
the horror ones. The
high school.
High school.
The why am I going blank now?
What's up?
Monster
what
High.
are they called?
Monster High.
Yeah, Monster High. Do they go for good money?
Some of them can, yes, and especially if you can find them sealed, they can go for hundreds. It's ridiculous what they can go for.
Yeah, I sold them boxes that I showed you, Richard, last year, and they were very similar to Monster High. And I think I got to the boot sale, and There were like 4 boxes and new and sealed. And the lady said to me, her words were, "Oh, this is all we've got left. Someone come this morning and he bought all the good stuff." So,
Wow.
so this is the rate. So I paid £3 for these. I listed them on eBay for £150, $150, let's say.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they sold within like less than an hour. And I had three of them at once. But originally I had them at £100, $100. But I had like 5 views, 5 watchers in less than a minute. And I just went, I put the price up. I could have got a lot more probably, but the thing that made me always think at that wasn't, did I sound too cheap? Because I was like happy to get the money. I was really grateful. It was the opposite. It was, if that lady said this wasn't the good stuff, what the heck did that got sold in the morning? But I assume she didn't realize the true value of them, and also she wasn't obviously opening it up to GSP like to sell it to America. She's obviously basing it on UK prices.
Some of them toys though, it's crazy when because you've got Mark Blue Harvest Toys, he collects like Lego and Star Wars, and he watches some of these. He does a live stream watching some of these auctions, and he has a bid on the auctions for stuff, and some of the stuff just goes for like, I think the other day there was something like $500-600 for like one little figure, and it was just it's nuts, absolutely crazy.
And that's a massive skill set. Like even I get buzz. The opposite value of that, I'm talking maybe $20, $30. But I did the other day with the Transformers, didn't I, Richard? I paid £10 for a load of like they were like one.
Done really well on them.
They were like, I forget what they're called. They're called like easy transform. They're like one. You do one movement and they transform. And I had the small green one. It was like literally half the size of a mouse. And that sold for like £30 or whatever it was.
Yeah, that
went really like, well. But when looking at it, I was like, because in my head I went, I know what that one is. I know what that one is. I've sold that one before, and I just put all the small ones aside, and I thought I'll just do a small bundle. But before I did that, I obviously did the correct thing, which is Google Lens them all just to double check if there's one that's rare. And I was just like, that's worth all the money I paid and some. So
I always Google Lens Transformers because there's so many different like
generations and generations as well, and it's like it's crazy.
It's series, it's the generations, it's either like or like the movies, like there's so many out there. Like you really don't know with Transformers.
And then the other thing that I learned whilst listing them, especially this time round compared to previous time rounds, is there's a lot of people that put like it's like play school something or other. But or like 2-in-1. But if you search for the different things, the value can be so different. So the keywords are sometimes just as important as the picture and finding out the information. Because when I searched for it as, I don't know, I think it was, let's say it was Optimus Prime. And I typed in Optimus Prime Easy Transform and it was at £10. But when I typed in preschool Optimus Prime 2003 Mattel, it was worth £40. Because it was so. Also, the one thing that I've definitely learned with toys is that the key words are everything sometimes, because it's putting it to the correct. It's putting it to the right buyer. It's putting it to the person who wants to collect it. And I imagine a collector who wants a bargain is willing to shift through to page 20, but most people aren't willing to do that. So it needs to appear in. I think it was the other day. I think they did a statistic on the eBay report that 45% of all sales are all purchased on the front page. So that first page, 45 of all sales, nearly 50%, are all done on page 1. So if you can't get your listing to page 1, then
that makes sense. It's like
Sean's just said, sorry for all the quick links. At 8 p.m, I'm donning my outfit, making the cocktails, erecting the flags, and singing in 20 plus dialects. No, it's not viewing Richard's Grinder profile.
Eurovision.
It's Eurovision. And actually, Eurovision, it's got to be a year sort of today that we've been doing this now, because, which is more important than the Eurovision, it's our first year anniversary doing the Saturday Night Lives as well. Because if you remember rightly, I did the Saturday Night Live and James James sent in his entry by voice clip for the Eurovision Song Contest. He sang a lovely song.
I must have won it that year because I was the only
You did
entry.
win.
So
Yeah, you did win.
Yeah.
I'll just give everyone else 0 points. So
I watched. I've been catching up on Dave's videos. I was like 2 weeks behind. Like it felt weird because I've normally smashing it, but Dave has been getting some really, really good pickups recently. I watched his third. I think it was 7 days ago, which is the third of the boot sales, and then I watched his recent one. But Dave, if you're still watching, I'm sure you are. You were a true, honest reseller when you ripped them shoes right in front of us on that video, mate. Basically bought a pair of shoes that weren't legit, and rather than like being like some resellers, like they probably either wouldn't put it on the video, he got the shoes and he just ripped them right in front and went, it's
wow.
Yeah, and Dave's our English version of you, because he falls over at car boot sales. He doesn't fall off of chairs, but he falls over at car boot sales on video. So I think that was probably one of his most viewed videos as well. So
yeah,
there you go. So we've got Lee in as well.
That poor woman.
I know we've got Lee in. Evening, Lee. Evening, all. Rich James. I managed to jerry rig the window shut. So hopefully no rain to get in. Dishwasher is leaking too, so need to fix that tomorrow. You've got all the good jobs, Lee. You've got all the good jobs.
If you don't know Shae, he has a Porsche, and
he's just bought a 19-year-old Porsche.
And his window, his electronics went out, and he so he's took the whole door, the door was on, but all the panel and everything, and the mechanism had just gone, and but I was just saying to him, like, the fact that you can do all that yourself is a reason why you can justify having that car. I said, for someone like myself, the labor alone would have just been like, I would have had to write off the car. I'd have been like, game over. Just wouldn't have been worth it.
Good learning experience.
So do you buy anything else, or is it just toys that you sort of specialize in?
I think probably about 80% of what I buy is toys, but I'll buy some other stuff if I've seen somebody else sell it, or I kind of have an idea. But no, the majority of it's toys.
So what toy has been your best profit?
Oh, geez, I don't even know. Honestly, well, yeah, I say this now that like 80% of what I sell is toys, but I think like some of my higher items that I've sold are like it was like a remote, or like a 1940s purse like that I sold for $100. Yeah, so just stuff like that.
Nice.
But when it comes to toys, it's I would say the action figures are probably my most profitable. So when it comes to like Transformers and Power Rangers, and like a lot of that kind of things, like that's my most profitable.
That doesn't seem to have like properly caught up in price. I don't think Power Rangers, because I came across a Lord Zed figure the other day, and I was thinking, whoa, Lord Zed, I've not seen this for ages. I was like, this has got to be worth something. It's like $8, $7, and I was like, it's just not quite got there. And then the other Power Rangers I came across that don't seem to be much money, which were like, they were like really flimsy. And I think they did the Gladiator version of them back in 1996, and they're like really skinny rubber versions of them. And I saw them at the boot sale, and I thought, they've got to be worth it. They're the original, and then online they were selling for $10. So I was just like, but the thing is that if you do get the original stuff, the original Megazord, I was looking the other day at one of my favorite toys of all time. As a kid, was like the white Power Ranger Megazord, whereabouts it lights up and everything. That can sell for high hundreds if it's in really good condition and fully working. Yeah. So I think it really does come down to it, which is the brand and the condition as well. But if you can get the Megazord all boxed up, wow, we're talking hundreds. So there is money to be getting there.
Jade's just said happy first year anniversary. Thank you, Jade. That's my daughter, my eldest daughter. We're doing car boot tomorrow, so
put me at home.
Quick whip through.
You want me to tell them the story about this today? So we were at a thrift store, a Goodwill earlier, and I've
seen this Pokemon thing before. Yeah.
So I was standing in the book section, and I see this guy come in, and he grabs a cart real quick, He's pushing it, and he's going over to the shelf, and he's grabbing some things off the shelf really quick. I'm like, how does he even know what that is yet? Like, because I can tell he's a reseller. He's just automatically putting in his cart, and I see this other guy walk around because he comes up right behind me, walks around the next aisle, and this other guy starts talking to him like, hey, I put this like a list of things. They're over in the toy section. And like he's like, it's right there. You can go look at it. And I'm like, as soon as he said that, I turned around and started heading back towards the toy section. And Mike had already been back there. So he grabbed, like, this is one of the things the guy had hid for this other guy. And like, you could just tell that he was looking at the big thing.
I love it.
We booked it out there. Like, okay, we're out.
I love it. I love it.
Newly sealed, those things can go for $300.
Wow. I did see someone else pick one of them up. I can't remember who it was. I can't remember whether it was Rachel. It might have been Rachel Strickland.
Mm-hmm.
Can't remember.
Nice work, by the way.
Good evening.
Nice work. Fantastic.
Yeah,
work.
Very nice. Fancy footwork there.
So if the guy had been a bit more clued on and noticed his mate was there, clearly he would have picked it up and then brought it over to him. But some people have
he's trying to hide it. I'm just like,
they probably hid it for you. It wasn't hiding it for his mate. He just did it for you. Put it there.
I came across that as a hack the other day because some resellers do hide things. Mm-hmm. And one thing that I started doing, especially in our charity shops compared to yours, because yours are just amazing. Like you could just spend a day in one. But when you were, if the clothes are on the bottom rail, look underneath where that's the clothes were. And the other day I found a red pair and a black pair of Air Force Ones that had just been stashed underneath there. And I was like, thank you very much. I'm having them. I was like, clearly what someone's done is they've either stashed them away, they didn't have the cash, they were coming back for them, but they were stashed away. And I was like, they're coming with me.
That's funny.
Sean's on the ball
Rule
today.
Squirrel is the one that had the Pokemon game.
Ah, yes, it was Kristen. Yeah, Kristen. That's right, it was. Yeah, so what was I going to say? I was going to say something, then I can't remember what I was going to say. It's old age setting in.
I have a question to ask. Talking of old age setting in and memory going, I do have a question, which is, how's TikTok going?
Oh, TikTok?
I know you're not talking. I know that's not a question for me. For me.
So I remember last time when we spoke that we had a bit of a banter about it, and you were like, I don't know if I'm too old for it, and obviously it pops up through your Vine, and I just wanted to know how you're finding that. How was your interactions going? I noticed one thing you're doing your sales as well with music, and it was good.
TikTok actually has probably been like, I want to say like my gateway pretty much for everything else, because it's kind of a video could do really well on TikTok and then it won't do well on Instagram. But sometimes if it won't do good on TikTok, I'll take it over to Instagram or YouTube and it'll blow up. So I really enjoy TikTok. It's helped me come out of my shell, and it's also allowed me to connect up with other resellers that are not necessarily on like YouTube or Instagram. And I've also made a couple sales off of there. So I think it's nice. You have to be open-minded to it, and you can't just sit there and automatically shut down and say like, oh, I'm too old for this. Like, no, that age is just a number.
Well, that's what I keep telling everybody when they say I'm old. But what was I going to say? Because TikTok's got a business specific section now, hasn't it? Is it TikTok business?
You have to have like, it's kind of like how YouTube set up, but you have to have so many followers, subscribers. And I think you have to hit like 100K on TikTok in order to actually be able to really profit off of it.
Wow.
I'm nowhere near that right now. No, I had like a couple months ago, I had a shout out from Jiggly Thrift, and like my numbers like doubled after he'd give me a shout out for that, which is pretty cool. But no, I think the most proud thing I'm of right now, like I just hit 1K on here. So that was like my big milestone, but like TikTok helped me get there. So
it's good though. It's good. And the thing is TikTok's like that, as you said, that fresh market. The one thing that I have heard about is that at the moment, the sales platform on it has to be like brand new stuff from what I understand. Speaking to someone who uses the platform, but that doesn't mean in the future that you can't. So if you were a reseller selling clothes or whatever you're selling, if you started getting into it now, it sounds to me like that could be the future, a way of selling your items, which is that instant thing. You could be like, I picked this up today. If you want it, go to my store. And then people will head over, especially if you can build that following. So yeah, I think it's another good selling option, as you said there.
Oh yeah.
Are you on Whatnot?
No, I opted not to do Whatnot. I did not jump on the wagon with everybody else.
You have to have, it's like a job interview, isn't it? You have to you have to go through the hoops and like get accepted for it. It's like,
there's like an application that you have to, like to fill out, and then they go through it, and you're either approved or not approved, and then you have I believe it's a onboarding call, and then they tell you what to do. It's like it's a whole process. Like, so I signed up originally back in December, like right at the end of the year, and it took like several weeks for me to hear back. But in that time period is whenever I joined eBay. So I didn't want to like overload myself on doing all the things at the same time. So I wanted to go with eBay because it was a safer choice for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, but no,
I give my power to selling on eBay.
Huh?
How long have you been selling on eBay?
Since January.
Yeah, I knew it was recent. I didn't realize it was that recent.
Yeah,
wow.
No, I just joined it. No, I've been on Macari for over a year now. So
wow.
Yeah.
And it's your full time. It's your full time, isn't it?
I like to say that I say that I'm quarter. I'm like quarter, like, but then it's like half, like, but I'm a stay-at-home mom. So yeah. I do it. I mean, I'm a part-time reseller, but no, it's a lot. It's more than part-time to me, but
yeah. The thing is that, you're juggling so many plates, and it's good that you have that income and that flexibility around being a mum. And I think that's something that my wife's supportive about. There's whispers of, if we were to have another little one, the only reason why we would ever entertain having a new member to our family would be because of me doing eBay. But if I was working a 9 to 5,
I don't think if you had another baby, it'd be because you were doing eBay.
No, but I don't think eBay would make the baby. But you spoke to my wife. You can. I'm being quite serious here and being quite straight to the point here, Richard. So if you want to take the piss out of my life, you can go for it. But the point I'm making is that because of the flexibility, it creates I can get Holly, I can get my daughter from school. My wife doesn't have to be somewhere if the little one needs if up all night or something, and my wife needs to get to work. I think this type of lifestyle, and someone, whether you're both doing it or one person's doing it, I think it's a fantastic thing. So whether you're selling Macari or wherever you are, I think it's amazing how, I don't know if lockdown was an influence to yourself, but it's definitely me, how staying at home and then kind of realizing there's an opportunity to make money, it's life-changing. And I think it's not just about the money, if that makes sense. It's
the freedom as well, isn't it?
It's the freedom and the quality of life, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, like I got into it initially. Okay, I initially got into it with my dad. I don't know if any of you guys have seen my lives. My dad will come on my lives with me.
I've seen some of your lives, yeah.
Yeah, so he'll come on with me, and like it originally started out as a competition because we started watching YouTube and saw everybody else doing it. Like, oh, we could totally go find some stuff and resell it. No big deal. So like the first couple of months was like him and I like battling it out to see who could make more profit off of stuff. But then it ended up turning into me really enjoying what I was doing, and then realizing, like, no, I don't have to live paycheck to paycheck, because with Mike working full time, we were literally paycheck to paycheck. We didn't have any like spending money. But now, like if something comes up, if like an extra bill comes up or something with the car comes up, like we can pay that bill without having to stress over it, and it's amazing.
That's a big part of it, isn't it? Just taking that stress away, just so that you don't have to worry about it. And I mean, if it's not being too, what does Mike do for a full time? I think you told me before.
He's a videographer, so he's a project manager for a video company.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
What, for a TV or?
All kinds of different things, like big companies, TV commercials, stuff like that.
Oh, cool!
Brilliant. I suppose the other benefit is that you both do it as well, where not every reseller is going to have that, that support. But I suppose if you two had a scenario whereabouts you were like, oh, the car needs all new tires, you could both crack on tonight or this week and get them extra listings on. So I think that says a lot as well. And I think when you both understand the value of what you're both doing and you're both on board, I think it makes it easier. Like my wife's just recently over the last couple of weeks. Richard was there and had a big chat, and we will talk about in the podcast as well.
We started doing a podcast now, Shae.
Nice.
But you'll hear about it a bit more in the podcast. But my wife, she's just doing small things, but like the steaming, getting the clothes ready for the day before, helping me do a bit of packaging. But literally the other day, I think we were both up here. I think it was like a day when she finished early, and I think I was probably going to finish for about 7 o'clock. I was done for 5, but I'd done the same amount of work that I was going to do, but just that extra pair of hands. And then we got to have a movie, and it was pretty cool, to be fair. I watched the new Ghostbusters film, which was awesome.
Nice. I haven't seen that yet.
It's good.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's good.
Cool.
It's nice for Mike to be into it too, because for a while he was kind of unsure what I was doing, but then like now we'll like on like starting like Thursday we'll figure out what sales are coming up for the weekend, so we'll plan out like a map out of where we're going to be going, or if we like need a supplement with going to a thrift store, or that's like
I feel like the odd one out now, because my wife hates she doesn't hate what I do, she's not interested, whereas like you've got a nice like working relationship with your partner, your husband. He's got a nice working relationship with his wife, and my wife just don't want to know. She's not interested. So I just sit down the shed on my own and just talk to myself.
It's all right. It's all right. You can call me anytime, Richard. I'll always be your wife.
Mate. Thanks.
Let's put a blonde wig on.
I mean, Mike also, he didn't understand like the YouTube thing that I was doing for a little while. He wasn't too sure about that. And now he's seeing like the community of people that I'm meeting and what I'm getting out of it. And it helps me keep like motivated to do all this too. Because sometimes you can get burned out from it, but then you have this connection with other people and it helps. So it's pretty good.
And it as well, like, there's a lot of resellers that say it is a lonely job because like, you're working on your computer and you just plod away and just do it. And it is. And having this and the community, obviously, if you need help with something, there's, we've got like Sean that does the antiques. We've got Amanda does toys. So, we know sort of who to contact for if we want to ask a question about something. And it's nice to have that as well. But say, it can be a lonely job if you sort of don't put yourself out there on things like this. And it's a great little community what we've got, really.
It's also I try to do like more motivational stuff. I don't know if you guys follow me or not, but like I do a lot of that kind of stuff because I feel like there's a kind of a void in that area of like sometimes you can be like sitting there feeling very alone and like we're like, oh, is it only me that's not having sales right now? Is it the only me that's feeling like it's slow? Like, no, you're not the only one.
Yeah, that's as well what we do this for. We do this because, like, obviously keeping other people company that, like I say, it can be lonely. And it's just having a chat, and it can be about reselling. It might not be about reselling. It is what it is. And it's just nice to have that.
What I found that's helped me a lot for the loneliness or any part of that, and obviously all this helps. But the days when you are on your own is to just have a schedule. And I think it was only the other day that I cup of tea. It was only the other day whereabouts I wrote out in time increments of what I needed to do per day so I could do my listings. And this last month and the previous month, now I have a listing goal, and now so therefore I have a sourcing goal, and then I have to get my daughter, I have to pick her up, I have to make sure that there's meals cooked on an evening, and then as soon as I've got all these goals in place,
cheers,
I just feel cheers. I don't feel not even lonely, but I just feel busy. And I think if you're busy and you're doing stuff, then I think that helps as well. I think when you don't have, if you can sit there, I think your mind can wander. And the other thing as well that has probably been a bit of a game changer for me is I subscribe to Audible as well, and I'm not sponsored by them, but Audible's really good as well. And I've just finished listening to The Hobbit, and just something that's in my ear that I would, you don't have to like The Hobbit, but the thing is, if you like something and you want to listen to it, I think it's better than listening to maybe even YouTube. Sometimes can be distracted if you're watching a live because you want to be there. So I found try and get something that is engaging but not distracting. And I found Audibles like ticks all the boxes really. Podcasts help as well.
Yeah,
and talking
to a lot of podcasts.
Talking to podcasters, there's one at the end of this month. We're posting it.
Yeah. And if you haven't seen the first one, you can go back and watch that and all. Yeah, Audible. I think I get a couple of free ones every so often through Amazon Prime. I've only got one at the minute, and I've listened. When I do, I get busy with something. Sometimes I put it on. It's Scrooged, so I'm listening to Scrooged. Like it can be like in January, February, March, April, May. It's like, why am I listening to Scrooged? But like he said, you know, if I start sitting down and watching YouTube and watching people doing lives and that, you don't get anything done. Yep. It's an absolute nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Right. So who's saying what? So Sean's gone off to watch Eurovision. He's going to get dressed up. Damon Bell. It's all right. I'm losing where I am now. Shae's. Oh, there's Shae's channel link. I've put it in the description anyway, but Shae's channel link and her Instagram, I've also put that in the description. If you're not subscribed, go over and subscribe and check out the Instagram. Also, check out the Carolina Claus, because we've got our own personal Santa, and yeah, he's got an amazing Instagram.
Just had a live sale.
Oh, what have we sold?
Yeah, so $32.99 plus $4.99 postage. Now you're not going to know this one, Shae, so it's an unfair advantage. But I reckon Richard knows me well enough. He can work out from that price what that was that sold.
How much was it?
So what have I listed this week for $32.99 with $4.99 postage? The clue's $4.99. I don't have items that heavy, so it is a heavier item.
Yeah.
And I'll give you another clue. I listed 2 of them, and one of them was worth more money.
Oh, my annoying orange.
Oh, God. Oh, that's cool.
Annoying orange.
Oh, I love the orange.
I love that.
Yeah, that is cool. Yeah. Oh, my God.
And it's one of your favorite things to pick up.
Oh,
and
geez.
You can walk with it, and you can sit on it.
Oh, God. What, the National Trust folding chair?
That's what just sold, yeah.
Oh, nice. Nice sale.
Double the price of the non-national trust, just because it says National Trust.
National Trust on it, yeah.
And I paid £2 for that, near enough, like $40, basically £40.
Nice.
So
nice
all it is, Shae, is just a folding seat. So it's like that thin, and then it comes down. But if you're a bird watcher, which is what it's for, the National Trust, people can then sit and have the binoculars and watch the birds. But yeah,
is that like you're talking birds in the trees, not like if you live by the beach and you go and look at the birds in their bikinis?
I think
you use it for both. That's cool.
I was about to say that concept works both ways, because in America I've seen so many films where people are up in trees looking at women.
yeah, definitely. When I'm listening,
what are you doing in your tree house? Oh, nothing, Mum, nothing.
Yeah, no worries. I'll have my dinner in a minute. When I'm listening on the instrumental music, if I have anything with lyrics, I tend to start typing the lyrics into the listing.
That can happen.
Go on, Lee. Yeah, watching YouTube when listing is not good for productivity.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. 100%.
That's a nice little sale, though, definitely.
Yeah,
I thought I sold.
That's a good one.
I picked it up yesterday or the day before for £4.50.
Oh, here.
And sold it for $24.95 plus shipping. I showed it to you, and £4.50. I never pay £4.50 for anything. Is that Frankenstein?
Yeah, I just sold him for $40.
Oh, that is cool. Frankenstein baby.
Nice.
Oh, I like that.
That is amazing.
Oh, I like that. That is so cool.
That is amazing.
Yeah, I found him. I was like, I'd never seen him before, but okay, I had to grab him.
Is this an item of clothing, by the way, Richard?
Yeah.
It was an item of clothing.
no. Let's see. I don't think I have anything else.
I paid £4. I never paid £4.50 for anything, and I said to you, I paid £4.50 for this.
No, it wasn't your mate trousers. No.
I said to you, it's a bit different, and I sent you a photo of it.
John Lennon.
Ben Sherman
shirt.
Ben Sherman.
How much did you sell it for?
John Lennon, Yellow Submarine. I paid £4.50 the day before yesterday, I think it was, and it sold today. I listed it yesterday, and it sold today for £24.95.
Nice.
Plus postage.
Nice.
But does it eat a doll and go? Oh, no.
It doesn't eat a teddy bear. No, it's like not that cool. It's not that cool.
That is amazing.
It's the Beatles Yellow Submarine. I'd rather have.
Shae, when you said the value, I was going, God, that's a good find. And then when it started moving, I was like, yeah, I'd pay for that. I was like,
definitely pay for that.
Yeah, the brand is called Gemmy, so it's like GEMMY. So anything that's that brand, I have all kinds of random things I've sold. I saw one was like a hunting. It's like two guys sitting in a Jeep with a deer strapped to the front of it, and the deer sings. Like that thing
wow,
$40.
That's
like,
cool.
It's crazy.
Yeah, James just he picked up last week, I think it was, a Billy Bass, singing Billy Bass.
I have one.
So it's the one that's on the plinth, like singing, and also you picked up another. Was the other one Billy Bass as well?
Yeah, the microphone
with the microphone.
They've both gone to the States as well. Both of them went to America.
Yeah.
Nice.
There's collectors, like there's people who specifically just buy Billy Bass and then don't understand.
Yeah, because you get the singing lobster. I think there's a lobster as well, isn't there?
Singing lobster,
yeah.
We found it once.
I don't think I have any.
I love them things. I think they're cool. I love all them. I love all those like animatronic toys. I love them.
I just liked it the other week when I got both of them, and they went. I went, oh, how much for these?
They went quick.
It was like $8 for both of them, and
hi Rachel.
And I said to them, where are they from? And they were just like, oh, they've been in our chateau in the south of France for the last 20 odd years. And I was just like, yes. I was like, they're gonna work. I was like, because the worry is you get some out, you're just like, oh, it's gonna have battery corrosion, it's not gonna work. And they were just a lovely couple. They were like, no, it fully works. They're really, really nice. The grandkids loved them, and I got them home, and they just worked an absolute treat. I was just like, brilliant. And that was the first time I did a video on my phone, and I used the new eBay layout, and you could put a video on. So
we've got that now.
Oh, nice! I was going to ask if you guys had it.
It's brilliant.
It's only just coming. I haven't used it yet.
And I think if you've got something that's electronic, because my worry was with the Billy Bass, and I've got perfect feedback, was I thought it was loud, the motor in it, because it goes when it moves its mouth, the cogs go. But when I watched other videos on YouTube, they were all like loud. I think it was just sadly just the motors in them. I think they're just quite loud. They're not modern. And but because I filmed it and I did the sound, and I just put in the description, I said motor is loud, but this seems to be standard with it. And the person's put perfect feedback. It's amazing. I love it. So yeah, I think the video to show it working and then the sound, I think it's a double whammy, because then if you've got a DVD player, sometimes it might make sounds, it might be a bit louder because it's got fans, or if you've got something. So if you can film all that, you're going to get less returns.
I've not used that. I've not used that yet. Dave's saying for our American friends that don't know what Eurovision is, imagine the campest thing in the universe in the cheesiest disco ever, then stick an extra glittery tutu on it and sparkly tiara. Yeah, so that's about right. That's the Eurovision Song Contest. Rachel's in. She's looking for a bath at the moment.
She's looking for a bath.
Yeah, she's looking for a bath. I think she's not looking to have a bath. I think she's looking for a bath for her house.
Well, she asked. She did an amazing video the other day, and obviously in regards to finances and things.
It's so loud.
Oh yes, that's cool. You got such cool toys. Yeah. I'd never sell any of them. Yeah. Oh, that is so wicked. What's it, like a zombie?
He's so loud.
That is cool. Yes, I like it. That is so cool.
That's my ears bleeding. Thank you very much.
I still like the zombie. I love it. That is so cool. We've got Ian Masterpieces in Project Games. In heading to your car boot tomorrow. Nice.
Oh.
A lot of people getting up.
Ian runs a car boot now.
Yeah, looks like it.
Yes, it's car boot.
We've got Mr. Diggs in. How you doing, Adrian?
Well, Ian was super smart. If you saw him on Instagram today, he said he was expecting rain, so he went to a Saturday boot sale. Now that is a smart reseller.
Yeah, smarter than me, because I'm going to do a car boot with my daughter tomorrow, but I've already planned it. So I looked up today what the weather's going to be like, and it's supposed to be 22 degrees, which for us over here is warm. I don't know whether that's warm for you guys.
But I have to look it up. That's always the one thing I
I know I get confused with it, but I know just from sitting in the car when it's 22 degrees, I'm sweating. So it's 22 degrees, but showers. So I don't really get that. It was lovely today. But so we've got Mr. Diggs. For the love of all that is good in the world, please get this guy to 4K subs. Amazing channel, love it. He's on his way to 4K subs. Well done, Ian.
Yeah, he's smashing it.
Yeah. See, car boots by me cancelled tomorrow. Showers forecast. We've got Ian in. How you doing, Ian? Yeah, like I say, so
it's like
my Instagram link's in the description. James's is in the description, and Shae's YouTube and Instagram are in the description. If there's any mods in, if you can drop the links in for Shae's YouTube and Instagram, that'd be fantastic. Yeah, so is anybody going to a car boot? I'm going to do a car boot, like I say. And actually I've been panicking a bit today because I had so much stuff stored where I've just stored it for the past year. I had a death pile the size of a mountain. So I did a car boot, but I've gave so much stuff away to charity shops now. I was looking around today and I thought, I'm sure I bought some stuff. And then I thought, no, on the way back from the last car boot sale, I dropped into a charity shop and gave it to them all. So now I'm like looking around thinking, what can I've still got stuff I can sell, but it's going through it and trying to sort it out and fill the car. It's sort of just about getting sort of a bit darker here now. And I'm thinking I've got to fill the car up.
Do you have much of a death pile then, Shae, in regards of what you're doing? Or are you kind of on top of things? How would you say your business is? Is it like you've got rooms hidden with stuff and you're just like, yeah, it's not there? Or are you?
I don't have rooms.
Buy list.
No, I have like right now we're currently going through I have like a pile of stuff over next to me that you can't see. That's the majority of it actually right now is Playmobil that we have gotten at the last couple weekends, like a couple different sales. So I'm currently working my way through that. But I have like a handful of bins that are it's death pile. But
do you pick up the Sylvanian family stuff as well?
Sorry, what was that?
Sylvanian families. Do you pick that stuff up as well?
I don't know what it is.
I never heard of it.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
What is that?
No, Sylvanian families. Oh, you don't have it over there. It's quite good money.
It's like
they're like little animals and like a little doll's house, but like you get the little animals rather than little figures.
If I was you, it's worth a search because you'll probably will come across it,
and they're worth good money,
and it's worth really good money, and you might have even seen it and then not realize there's good money in it. But
you must have Polly Pockets.
Yes, Polly Pockets. Yes,
it's like Calico Critters.
It's like Calico.
Yeah, Sylvania Families is like Calico Critters.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what Calico Critters are?
No, I haven't got a clue.
No, okay. But we're gonna research them and then
Okay, yeah, it's exactly like Calico Critters. They're probably the same exact thing. Yeah,
they're worth good money.
It's good to know, especially if I'm doing a description on eBay and stuff, then they can kind of cross over.
Yeah,
it's good. But all these little keywords and all these things are like are so good. As you were saying about toys, one thing that I was buying with my friend throughout lockdown, and I don't do it anymore, but Smith's Toys were doing exclusive WWE wrestlers that were UK based, And then what I was doing is I was putting them much higher onto eBay. And in the States, the collectors that knew that could only be purchased in the UK were then paying top dollar for it. Because obviously there's a massive following, obviously, for wrestling. So I think it's amazing how that like exclusive toys can be worth a lot of money as well. Have you guys ever done anything like that at all? Have you bought anything that's like a day one launch or anything like that?
Oh yeah, that's right up Mike's alley. That's what he does. He'll go to like Target. It's a Target exclusive. Or what else would you go to?
Like we have like a video game store here called
GameStop. Yeah,
and they would release like Star Wars Black Series 6-inch figures, only exclusive to the video game store, and those things would be worth like 8 times as much immediately.
But I've also learned whenever I'm listing on eBay, if I do find toys, like a lot of times they can be exclusive too, and that'll help with listings as well.
That's really good. Yeah, again, it's the keywords again. Rather than putting Luke Skywalker toy, it's Luke Skywalker limited edition, part of Jedi Knights, and then that's the difference between £10 and $100. So yeah, totally definitely. Get that.
Yeah, Paul, I'm selling at apps. I've sit like I was just saying, the weather's supposed to be 22 degrees with showers, so I've got some plastic covers and that to throw over everything. Just hope it's not too wet. I don't do well in the wet.
How tall must the bath pile be before it can be called a mountain?
That's Shae's Instagram. Yeah, so do you know what? I'm definitely. I think I've got old timers.
Old timers? You mean
yeah?
You mean Alzheimer's?
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah.
You can't be that old.
I am. I'm older than God.
You don't look old.
I'm 52.
No.
I am.
You are not.
I swear to you.
Yes.
You don't look 52 to me.
I swear to you. I am. 53 2 weeks before Christmas. 53. No. Am I 51 or am I 52? No, I think I'm 52.
I don't know how old I am.
I don't. I told you I've got Alzheimer's disease. I haven't got a clue what I'm doing.
Alzheimer's disease.
I went to see my nan. I went to see my nan on Thursday because I haven't seen her since all of this terrible thing.
Everybody's like 52. Like everybody's like, what?
She's and my nan's like 97. She's nearly 98, and I haven't seen her for about a year and a half. And last time I saw her, she was walking with a stick and she was making tea. She was still baking me cakes. Said, "Oh, I've got a tin of cakes for you to take." At 96 she was then. Yeah, she's 98 now. She's like, I went to see her the other day. She's in a wheelchair and she can't walk and just terrible. But like COVID's just stopped.
40. Yeah, I would have said you were like 40.
My eldest daughter's 31. I'm a granddad. I'm a granddad. Oh dear. Yeah.
My birthday is like what, a week away? Yeah.
Is it? Oh.
Yeah. I'll be 36 in about just over a week.
God, I can't even remember that far
back. I'm July and I'm 34 this year. So
I know. See, I'm old enough to be his dad. It's terrible, isn't it?
Well, that's what we role play anyway.
Hello, Daddy.
Hi, Dad.
Oh dear. My death pile's a joke. Maybe 12 80-litre tubs and a half rack of electronics. Nice. I'm taking some electronics to car boot sale tomorrow.
I'm quite happy for Lee to keep building up them death piles. As I've said, Lee, I'm a huge fan. You keep buying.
Exactly.
Because we all know why I'm saying.
Death pile's all about what you're motivated to actually sell too.
Oh, 100%. I'd agree with that. Oh, I know. So as you said, I think your biggest success, and I'm sure you know why your biggest success is that 80% of your business is one category. Mm-hmm. And I think sometimes that is the best thing, because if you've got a set photo area, or you've got most of your items, if you clean them as an example, or you're getting them ready, if you had an electronics, if you had shoes, if you had clothing, if you had toys, potentially each of them might require a different procedure to get ready for eBay. So as you said, whether I'm sure you were aware, but that's a massive. I'm not saying you can't be an everything seller, but to get on top of that death pile, I think when you're niching down, it makes life so much more easier.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I did within this last couple of weeks. I went through my death pile because
Hi, Kristen.
a lot of the stuff was from like this past. I've only been reselling technically for a year, just over a year. And
Wow.
I went through my death pile to see what kind of stuff I had gotten from like last summer. I'm like, why did I even buy this? Like, what am I doing? Like, I just like that thought of like, I need to buy everything. And then it wasn't the case. And so now like that I've kind of just fallen into toys. Like, okay, I know what I need to be doing now. So I clean up what I needed to get rid of and kind of trim off that fat and keep moving forward.
Do you have things like collectible toys over there? Like when I was a kid, you know, we sort of played with rocks and sticks, but
You used to have a can and a stick and just like rattle it around.
No, we used to have a wooden wheel and you hit it with a stick. My mum and dad used to go out. My father used to go out riding a penny farthing.
I remember
my father used to ride the penny farthing. No, when I was younger, we had the Steve Austin Bionic Man, the little doll figures.
Yeah,
they were loads of money over here. And did you have the wind up Evil Knievel bikes as well? So you wind it up and he let the big money. And I had all
a lot of it's in antique stores now.
That's what I'm saying. My wife keeps threatening to have me stuffed and stick me in an antique shop.
Just pop up in the corner, it'll be fine.
Yeah, just stick me up in the corner like that.
Hang some coats on you, it'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
It definitely be an improvement.
If you want Secret of the Fountain of Youth, just follow Apparently I Am. Swear to you. Yeah, that's my Instagram there. Oh dear, I wish I hadn't have said that now. I haven't even drunk that much, so I don't know why I'm giving out my age on YouTube. Granddad, look, it's all covered. Look, yeah, Granddad.
Best thing is
it's
31. Yeah, all right, Dave. Yeah, okay, I believe you.
Dave's biggest mistake then was saying that he was younger than me.
Oh, Shabba's 42 next week. Happy birthday for next week. Shae's birthday next week as well.
Birthdays.
Yeah,
I'm loving all the summer birthdays. That's what it's all about.
Nice. I'd love to have a summer birthday. Mine's literally 2 weeks before Christmas. What a crap day to have a birthday. Oh, go on. There you go, Rich. There's your Christmas and birthday all in one. Oh, thanks.
I have one of my best friends. Her birthday is Christmas Eve. So
really? Oh, no, that's bad.
Yeah,
that's bad. I know someone that's New Year's Eve.
That's not New Year's Eve.
I even hear Christmas Day as well. I even hear Christmas
There's
Day.
my mum. Look, my mum watches me. She just watches me because she knows I've got that old timer. She just reminds me, Rich.
And you're older than your mum. Your mum's like Benjamin Button. She gets
younger. Exactly. Yeah, she's getting younger.
Benjamin Button effect going on.
Yeah, I'd love to be. I'd be all right if I was Benjamin Button. Mind you, not eventually, not when you get that young. Jesus, be a mess on the floor.
Yes, Christmas. I had a blast with Commonwealth. It was fun. Yeah,
Kristen's in now. I think it was Betty Boop that was saying she liked your last live that you did as well.
Well, I just dropped a video. What, day before yesterday? Yeah, Thursday. I dropped a video, and so it had Philly Flipper Paul, and then Commonwealth Picker Kevin. I went down to Virginia. I went picking with them for the first time.
Oh, cool!
Got to meet them for the first time. It was crazy.
Yeah,
it was a little overwhelming.
Yeah, me and James haven't actually met yet. So he lives about 5.5 hours from me. So
second, he's just across the road.
Yeah. Oh no, you're not. But actually, one of our really good reseller YouTubers is out in America at the minute. Chaddy Pete.
I think he's back.
Chaddy Pete. Oh, was he back
now? I think.
Where did he go?
I went to Miami, I think.
Nice.
But I think we'll find out more when he drops the video.
Christine saying you look 24, Shae.
I appreciate that very much.
What about me, Christine? Do I look 50, 58?
Higher.
The age is wrong. The age isn't right.
The price is right.
Santa's saying, born in 570. I turned 1452 on March the 15th.
He's
Santa. I'm going to send you a moon pig card next year. Now know your birthday.
He's got a lot.
1452. He looks good for that. That's just. Are you dyslexic, Rich? Did you mean 25? Oh, thanks, Ian. Thanks, Ian.
How much did you pay him to say that?
It cost me a fortune. Cost me a bloody fortune. Cost me about $100. Hi, Santa. You never age? No, he never ages. My mum's 72. Mum, don't tell people your age.
Yeah, come on. It's rude to ask a woman's age. Come on. How much do you weigh?
Yeah. Huh?
I always like, that's one of my favourite jokes. It's rude to ask a woman her age, and then you say to her, "So how much do you weigh?" I always love that.
It's always a nice little icebreaker or jawbreaker. Happy belated birthday, Mr. Diggs.
The only one I used to like as well, which never really worked as a chat up line, but I used to also say on a night out, I used to say,
Is this bad? Is it all gonna go downhill now?
No, it's gonna make me cringe because it's a proper cringy one, it's like cheesy cringy and it technically
feel that. What does that feel like? Boyfriend material.
No, it's better than that. No, it's better than that. So I used to say to them, look, I once was really, really lucky when I found a magic lamp and out popped this genie and I got to make this one wish. And he said you could have a memory that you never ever forget anything, and you'll always remember everything. You'll always be on it. Or
that's definitely not me.
Or you can have a really, really big willy. And you know what? I can't remember what I asked for now. I always thought that was a classic chat line. It just breaks the ice when you see someone.
Yeah, and that's a bad joke.
Yeah.
Kristin's saying, Shae, looks like you had a blast at the yard sales with Commonwealth.
Yep.
You're watching that one. I'm going to catch up on that one. I can bet you, Rich, I'm 9. Oh, beat me. 19th of December. Oh, it's a bit too close for Christmas. So everyone's saying like, oh, Stu's in. That's good. So Stu's in to take over from Sean. Sean's gone off to.
Oh yeah, Sean's got his wig on.
Sean's got his wig and his glittery tutu on, and he's.
And 1 second, I can hear him now. He's coming on. Mama, at Waterloo, Napoleon did surrender. Just so you know, Shae, ABBA was that. That's what they were on. Waterloo. They sung Eurovision, so that's what Eurovision's famous for.
Oh, there you go. I thought I was actually listening to ABBA then.
No, you were listening to
bastard.
But if we're really lucky, we might watch someone go if the chair breaks. So
exactly. Oh yeah, we don't want the chair to break. We don't want another chair break.
I really didn't even make a noise when it broke. It was like
It just went. 1 minute Shae was there and then she wasn't.
No, that's pretty much how it was. And then I don't know.
So I remember seeing it and I thought she's just fallen off her chair.
Well, I came back. I was laying there, and then all you see is my hand pop up from the screen, I'm okay. And then I just kind of scooted off.
That's it. Yeah.
I went into the bedroom and I told Mike, can you check the back of my head, please? And at that time, I had blood going down the back of my back.
Oh,
I came back and I was just all right, I'm gonna get stitches. Bye. I'm out.
Gonna get my head stapled.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I didn't pass out until I got to the hospital. So.
That's good.
Oh, that's handy, isn't it? That was lucky. We've got David in as well. How you doing, David?
Hello, David.
How are you doing? Welcome to the UK, Shae. She's not quite here yet.
Yeah.
Take a while to get here. We're gonna do it. We should do a meet up. Me and James should come over and just do a tour of America.
Oh, we'd love to.
Going around all the chazzers. Go charity shopping. No,
Go
was it flea
thrifting.
market? Is it
Go
thrifting?
to flea markets.
Flea
Go
market.
thrifting.
Yeah, because I think your flea markets are our car boot sales, aren't they?
Something
And you got
like that.
and then you got yard sales as well.
Yeah,
Well, their charity
you guys
shops
have
are just
table sales?
amazing.
What they're called?
Yeah.
Table sales?
Yeah.
I just want to go to these bins. I'd be buzzing to get
involved.
involved.
They look amazing. Kristen does the bins.
I'd just be like,
like,
excuse me. I'd be like, do you mind if I go in front? Because I've travelled all the way from the UK. And then I'd be like, get out of my way! Get out of my way! Yeah!
Oh, there's some aggressive people there. It's kind of crazy. I know we have one that's about an hour away from us that we go up to, and you have elbows being thrown. It's
really
brilliant.
Yeah. Well, they started putting a rope around it. They have like sheets on top of it, and then they have a rope around it. So you have to be behind the rope, and they have to move the rope off of there, and then you have to wait till you take off the sheets.
Shae, that sounds like a wrestling ring. Are you sure you're going to the right place?
WWE.
There's a sheet. There's a rope round it. There's a mat. There's the guy who drops in. There's an entrance.
You have to wait till they say go before you're able to get into it.
Exactly. Yeah, this. Turns out Shae's been going there for years. She's actually a WWE superstar.
Do you have to walk down the aisles holding the number up?
Yeah. I wouldn't be that kind of person. I'd be wrestling. I wouldn't be like
get in there.
Oh,
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, no,
because we've got some of the car boot sales over here. I've seen it on Chris's Cooking Hayden's.
Mm-hmm.
They have to stand back at a certain area, and then they do an air horn. And like as soon as the air horn goes off, it's like a race. It's like chariots of fire. Like people just like trying to get this nuts, getting stamped on like World War Z. Like all the zombies are coming and like they're all trying to get their way from it.
See, my local one where I go every Saturday and Sunday now. There's no queue. There's nothing. It's just when you're there, just walk around.
Little leisurely stroll.
The only thing that we have is that we do get a lot of boot divers, and it's just that they just make me cringe.
I can't stand that when you're trying to put. My daughter said to me, actually, she said to me earlier on, she said, "Oh, what time should we get there?" Because she said, like, I don't want people like jumping in the car and all that. I said, no one's going to be jumping in the car. They'll try and get in to see what you got before like you put it out so they can get it first. It's there's been some punch ups at car boot sales over here with probably a bit like the bins. They'll go start getting a bit divvy in the head, and they start getting a bit punchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not for me. I don't like that. Kristin's saying, I think you and I would have been in school at the same time. I think I was in school at the same time as Abraham Lincoln. I think he was the same year as me.
Yeah, I think no. You were in year 6 when he was in reception. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was a couple of years apart.
Very close.
What's this one? Elaine's watching the Eurovision with half an eye. It's dire. Why have you only got half an eye, Elaine?
I think if you had both her eyes on it, she might collapse.
Oh God, yeah. Someone had a typo a while back and called Stu Mandry Stud. No, I don't think that was a typo. I think that's what the ladies call him.
That's what they call him. That's what they call Stu. We've all been calling him Hey Stud.
Yeah. I would love to. Mr. Adrian saying I would love to do charity shops in America. That'd be very cool. I used to get out the car, lick it, and walk away. What? I used to get out. Jilly saying I used to get out the car, lick it, lock it, and walk away. I was thinking that.
No, lick it. No, lick it.
I'm just gonna lick the car and walk away.
Yeah, walking away.
The car and walk away.
So tomorrow, I'm gonna go to my boot sale. I'm gonna lick my car and walk away.
Yeah, exactly. It's all dirty apart from one nice little clean line of lick. Yeah, I think she meant lock the car.
No, she didn't. She didn't. Kathy's confirmed it. If you look at 2 comments down, Kathy's never.
There you go. Ever, there you go. Look, not lock.
No.
Oh, lock, not lock. Lock, not lock. Jilly is a car licker.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
But she's licking the outside of the car. At least she's not on the inside licking the windows.
Oh no, it's fine. That's fine.
Could be worse.
But then she's just protecting her car. You know, it's like some people kiss Goodbye. She just gives it the old.
Yeah, exactly. Little once over. Bell saying, "What strange ritual."
Yeah, but in Scotland, you guys eat haggis, so we don't complain.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, God.
Lick any cars lately, Jilly? Santa's saying. Surely you'd burn your mouth on the exhaust pipe.
Now come on,
There
Stu.
you go.
That's been silly now. She's clearly licking the windows. Come on, come on. And that's where the famous phrase comes from.
Yep.
Carl, you don't rip the bags. Don't rip them. So
Yeah.
I have a thing where people like Carl he'll go into his stores and he'll rip the bags, like the toy bags. He'll rip them in order to look to see what's in the bag. I'm like, you don't do that. No.
Don't do it. Don't do it. What's that? Ukraine has got the Euro nonsense wrapped up anyway. Just wondered if they're going to be reviving the previous entry, Bomb Bang a Bang, too soon. There really was a song in it called Bomb Bang a Bang, wasn't there? That's just nuts. I can't remember what country it was.
Didn't that oot ting tang walla walla bing bang? Wasn't that in the Eurovision?
I don't know if that. No,
that was Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Yeah, it
wasn't Alvin and the Chipmunks. It was Aqua, wasn't it, or something like that? Who sung that?
Ting tang walla walla bing bang.
Exactly. Witch Doctor. I swear that was
it's the Witch Doctor.
Yeah. I'm going with Eurovision.
Mind you, I used to lick my car. The invention of the windscreen wipers was a blessing, I can tell you.
Yeah, and I get that, Stu. We've only just got them up north. And like you normally have people with like the buckets and the sponge. We just got people up north with just loads of families licking the windows clean, and they go like that.
I feel like I'd be a little freaked out by that. It's just
but they dress up with the Walking Dead t-shirts. They reenact like the zombies.
Like zombies attacking you.
Yeah, but it's a bit of banter.
James, it's delicious. I'm a veggie now, and veggie haggis is yummy too with peppercorn sauce.
We've already had this conversation, and I said that when I came back from Scotland, what did I show on the live? I showed a vegetarian haggis, and I had it, and I enjoyed it. So I've already haggis converted.
I've never tried it. I don't fancy eating sheep stomach and.
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. The intestines and the guts. Oh, it's beautiful. But then you eat you eat sausages, which is obviously like the balls and all their other bits left over. So yeah, well done. I don't want to eat the intestines, but you got to eat. All its testicles and all that. Oh, nom nom nom.
Love a sausage.
If it's cooked and if it's seasoned, we should be able to have it. The only thing that we shouldn't be having is what started the whole COVID thing, but we won't talk anything about that. Leave them alone.
The meatloaf. The meatloaf.
Yeah. Don't eat meatloaf.
No, don't eat meatloaf. A while ago, Mrs. Claus and I went into a local restaurant and saw a young boy licking the salt shaker. Ever since we say the salt has been pre-licked and have a laugh. Licking the salt shaker. Wow, we've veered off a little bit here now. We're going into strange things that people lick. So
saying that though, it's Santa's saying that. But to be fair, on a night out, you wouldn't really look twice if someone was licking the salt, because sometimes you used to have salt on you. You used to have that, then a lemon, and then you shot. That's just tequila. Yeah. So technically, maybe he was just pre-warming up for his, or maybe he was doing because I think you do it the other way around as well, which is the horrible way, where you have your shot, the lime, and then you lick the salt, and that's the worst way around. Like that's like the stag do type of thing. Like when it's game over.
Yeah, I tend not to go down those roads. Give your car a bit of spit and polish. Yes, Elaine, nothing wrong with that. Haggis, food of the devil. Never tried it.
It's lovely.
Stop changing the subject, Jilly. No, if you lick it first, Jilly. What's my mum saying? What, Mum? What are you doing talking about willies? It wasn't a big willy, James. That's my mum.
She's talking about Free Willy. We're talking about Free Willy.
Listen, Free Willy, she wouldn't pay for it. Jesus.
Good old mums. I love her mum.
Good old mum. Good old mum. Oh dear.
Don't matter how old you get, they'll always embarrass you.
What mothers?
Yes.
Very true.
100%.
So my boys are both vegetarian. If I consider it myself, except for one thing, bacon.
Oh.
Yeah, is life really worth living without bacon? Definitely not.
I'd agree with that statement, Santa.
Definitely. My mum's saying she's always behind. Mum, we're getting into dodgy territory now.
I like your mom.
Big Willie.
Everyone likes my mum. Do you know what? I'm not being funny. We did a live first live she ever appeared in. I nearly crapped myself when I saw my mum in the chat. And like now she comes in and everyone's hi Mama Pat, hi Pat, hi Mama Pat, and I'm like, flipping now.
You just run with it. You just gotta run with it.
I love it. I love having my mum in the chat.
I do lives with my dad, so it's.
That's true. That's true. You got to go with it. You got to try it, Jason. I'm a bit lost on this conversation now. We started with toys. And we just gone.
I swear it's haggis. I swear it's
Are
haggis.
you sure? Are you sure?
I'm trying to be the diplomatic one here and the sensible one for once.
We want Pat live next week.
Do you know what? I'm having another sip of gin.
Pat live next week. Well, we know who's live next week on the final farewell show.
Oh, yes, we do. Yes, we do. Are we going to tell them or are we just going to surprise them?
No, we're just going to say we know.
Yeah, okay, we know. And you lot don't. So there.
Yeah, exactly. Shae's coming back on again. She doesn't know about it.
Yeah, don't know about it yet. But she's coming back. She's coming back with Mama Pat. Tag team.
Yes.
Yeah, it's Shae the dad versus Richard and his mum.
There we go.
And I'm going to quiz you both. And I'm going to quiz you both, and it'll be the most messed up Mr. and Mrs. you've ever heard of in the world.
Oh no, no. She'll start telling you. She'll start telling you all sorts. Like, no, I'm not even going into.
No, don't go down. No, don't.
I'm not even going down that route.
Well, Richard, before the show started, Shae, he went, he said, I'm just a bit tired. You know, I've been doing this, that, and the other today because he's been doing his listing, he's getting his car ready for tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And I went, I said, I've been looking after my 4-year-old. I'm exhausted. I said, I also had to have a conversation with my wife before I came up, because my daughter was quiet downstairs, and if she's ever quiet, then something's not right.
That's trouble.
So
you're gonna love this story. You're gonna love this one.
So this afternoon, I went down and I went, she's not here, and then she was in a room.
You're gonna love this one.
In a room with her pants off, and her legs were absolutely covered in pen. She'd drawn a whole body. She'd covered herself in pen, literally from head to toe, and just covered herself in pen. It was the classic.
See you later, Ian. Thank you.
So literally, I was just like, Holly, you're going in the bath. So that moment that I've been dreading since having a child of knowing that my daughter's going to colour herself in. She decided as a 4-year-old today was going to be the day when her mum's getting her hair done for me to walk in the room and her covered in pen.
That sounds about right. I'm trying to find the picture of my daughter. She got into this a couple years ago. She got into my makeup and completely just covered her face. There was handprints all over the floor. Like she looks like the Joker. It was horrible.
I remember when you get these videos go around on Facebook and stuff, and I remember where this kid got hold of a head shave and shaved his little sister's head. Oh my god,
that's absolutely brilliant.
That's amazing.
Everywhere.
That is amazing. Yeah, there was a video going around Facebook a few years ago now, but like I say, some little kid got hold of the parents' head, head shaver.
Oh god!
Shaved his little sister's hair off.
Oh my god!
And the mother walked in. Oh my god! And then there was another one where they'd got off. It looked like something like I don't know whether it was paint, but it was literally all over the walls and everywhere, all over both kids. And the older one's obviously like the instigator, and he's going, "It was her. It was her. I'm blaming it on the little one. So mad.
Oh,
I mean,
right. I left my daughter unsupervised, definitely, but she's normally pretty good in a room. She's like here. It's like here to here. But when she's quiet,
hi Gary.
And if I was in her room, honestly, you think she's a 16-year-old teenager. She's like, Dad, leave me alone. I'm on my iPad. At 4 years old, it's not worth an argument. I know she's fine in there. We've got, and you know, we are sensible. We lock our front door, and just in case she ever gets inquisitive, there's no way she can get out. She can go up around the house if she wants to play hide and seek. But yeah, I just think when she's super quiet, because I normally hear her doing dolls and she's like reenacting stuff, or she'll do cooking,
like or stuff.
Yeah, all the normal stuff. I'm hearing it, and then she was just quiet, and I was like, something's happening, or something's happened.
She's been in Dad's makeup,
but she's got access to all the colouring stuff because she draws pictures all the time. So I never think, I never think I'm going to pull crayons out of a room.
I'm surprised she's not been in your makeup. You got an extensive makeup kit.
I've got a beautiful makeup kit. I've got beautiful.
Oh, he really has.
When I become Maxine on a weekend. Whoa.
Yeah. No, but you have got a makeup kit when you do your Comic Cons, haven't you?
I wouldn't say I've got a makeup kit. I've got a lot of prosthetics type.
Yeah,
of stuff.
he's got makeup kit.
Fake blood.
Don't listen, Shae.
I haven't got any blusher in there. I've got fake blood,
eye heels,
rubber stuff to put your eye out and all that. That's awesome.
Well, he likes to dress up. He likes to go to Comic Cons, but sometimes he forgets his costume, don't you, James?
I do, yeah.
Tell Shae what you did one time?
So, I went to Comic Con as Deadpool. So this was 2 years before the film came out. So I was literally the only person really going there as Deadpool back then, which was good. And I lived about an hour and a half from London. So I got so a couple of things happened. I missed my train in the morning. And back then I didn't have a lot of money. And I still don't have a lot of money, but at least I'm paying off a house, so it's better off. And so I couldn't afford, like a nice ticket that meant I could go on any train. I had to be on that train. So in my head, I went, right, what I'll do is I'll go on the next train, and then in London, like if anyone asks for the tickets, I'll just say, "Oh, really sorry, like I got stuck on the train, and hopefully be able to blag it." So in my head, my heart's already going anyway, and I knew I was late. So I'd left the house like in a rush, and I got there and I've got my case and I pull up to London, and then I managed to get through the barriers. So I'm going, oh yes, I've made it. I get to Comic-Con. I get in. I go backstage because I used to be with a charity group, so we used to stand there and raise money. Put my Deadpool sword out, got my Deadpool gun, got my Deadpool harnesses, got my Deadpool mask. I've got no morph suit. I had no morph suit whatsoever. I had no morph suit, not whatsoever. But I had red boxes. So I got my friends to write on the back of my boxes, no entry, and then just write Deadpool on the front. And I walked around all of Comic-Con, this Comic-Con, in my boxes with my Deadpool mask on.
Wow.
And had I been any other superhero, I wouldn't have been able to pull it off. But Deadpool, it worked an absolute treat. And I met there's a comedian in the UK that I really, really like called Johnny Vegas. And when we did Would I Lie to You, I showed the picture of this. If you went on my Instagram, Richard, I think it's on my Instagram. If you can go on my Instagram and scroll all the way down to the bottom and share it, it is there. That photo of me and Johnny Vegas. But yeah, I met him, and thinking back then, because sometimes when you have a mask on, it's a bit like when you're wearing sunglasses or you put them on top of your head, like you just get used to it. So I was like, oh, Johnny, can I get a picture? Because I've now been 6 hours in a Comic-Con walking around in my boxes. It was just the norm. And then back when I looked at the picture, I remember I went back and I was with my girlfriend at the time, and I went, oh, I've got a picture of Johnny Vegas. And I went to show her, and then she was like, what the hell are you doing in your boxes? And at the time, I completely forgot that I was still in my boxes and this had happened. But yeah, it was.
You were just resourceful. That's just.
Oh yeah.
What you got?
An amazing moment. Richard's going to share you the picture now. Anyway, there's me.
Whoops! I forgot my costume. Oh.
And that's me in my boxers, with all my Deadpool gear on, full mask, and I forgot my undersuit, but I still pulled it off.
Hey, at least you're confident in wearing it. I mean,
oh yeah, definitely. It was a very
that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
It was a good moment.
Yep. There you go. See all sorts on here. You see all sorts.
But yeah, that's good times. Funny. Good times.
Sir Pete's in. Good evening, Sir Pete.
Sir Pete.
Santa saying Comic-Con is a lot of fun. I've been been to them a few times. What do you go as, Santa? Sorry, I have to apologise. That old timers again. I have to agree with Richard. After old time football sequence in one of his latest videos, Max is a fantastic editor. Plus, I want Rich to mention this. Thank you very much. Yes, he is a fantastic editor.
No, he really is. Max is incredible at what he does. And
let's say Tam saying sexy Deadpool. I think that's Tam saying it.
I think it is definitely Tam.
Yeah, definitely. As yourself. Oh, there you go. See, he went as Santa. I think I knew that, really, Santa.
Yeah, we did know that. I think you missed the
boat. I know I've got that old timers thing, but I could never forget you. I could never.
He's got the real old timers. He's much older than you.
Put tools down to see that Deadpool image. I'm not surprised.
Was he talking about his?
I think it is. Is he talking about his pee-pee?
Your mum's going to start popping up talking about willies again.
Yeah, Mum, don't get please. Mum, don't get involved, please. That's Stu saying that just looks like one of those photos that unexpectedly leaks out at the end of a politician's career.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'm near the end of my Saturday Night Live career, so all these things can come out.
Hi, Ping.
Hi, Ping.
Bad Santa. Yes, we like Bad Santa. Thanks, Tam, Rich, and James. No worries, mate. I'd love him to be my full-time editor. Right, so shall we ask some more questions? You know what?
Look at the message.
Lost now.
Look at him. He picked that tool up. And that's the way that we seem to be going for the show.
This man.
No. Max was gone.
Oh, he was going. Where's my carry-on whistle?
It's all right. We're here all week. We've got one more week of this. One more week.
I know. And then I'm going to be laughing at myself.
No, because then you have to have special guest hosts to come on.
Yeah.
Whilst I'm repairing my relationship.
while he's trying to get his marriage sorted.
Yeah, and trying to fix my marriage.
Oh dear. Oh, I love this. I just love it so much.
Oh, because I don't think he's in the chat anyway. But I'll tell you a little bit of goss, and he'll probably watch this back. He'll probably watch this back. But I do love him. So I bumped into Zahir today at the boot sale.
Yeah.
And I went because he said you'd be ideal to get on TikTok, this, that, and the other. And I kind of had a chat with him, and I said, look, I had a big thing. I had a chat with you, and I said I've come off social media. And the reason. Well, I'll explain in a second, because that's part of the joke. And then Zahir went, which I love it, and I forget because me and Richard are just like, if there's a problem, we'll just be like, there's a problem. So we're almost like we're too much like we're not even clued up. But it was like, so what was the reason why you came off social media? And I was like, mate, there's no goss. I loved it that there might have been a magical reason behind it, but the real reality.
Was he like James? So
yeah, you and Richard.
What's really happened with you and Rich?
Yeah. Have you and Rich had a big fallout?
About?
Have you had a massive fallout? What's happened? But the reality is that because I've got ADHD, which you'll never guess my scattiness. But it's like watch me get drunk and I just get normaler and normaler and normaler. So,
yeah, it just gets normal. Goes the wrong way.
So the thing is that for me, as much as it's fun, it's actually not good for me to be full time. If I was part time, I would be pushing social media like left, right, and center, because then I could guarantee that I'd got X amount coming in. But honestly, like I'm like Alice in Wonderland. If I started on if I have social media, I could be there for hours, just literally like going deeper and deeper.
Yeah.
And I know that, so I have to kind of put my hands up to my strengths and my weaknesses. And I also realize the only media I'm on at the moment now is Instagram. Instagram, if you go to the settings, it has a mute. You can put it on mute for 8 hours. It's the best thing ever. So if you go to your settings, and at the start of every single day before I start listing, I put on mute for 8 hours, so that I know after 8 hours I can go in on an evening, I can watch everyone's stories and catch up. But I know I've done all my listings, I've done all my packaging, I've done all my posting, and then that's a little reward that I get. So I love social media, but it's not good for me. for now. But
definitely a time killer.
But if I got the business to the point whereabouts, you know, I was up there, or I was doing better, and I did have that kind of guaranteed income, then, you know, then I'll never say no. But that's why the podcast works so well for me, because the other day when we filmed it, we agreed the time with the guest, and that's all I'm saying. I had a guest on. But when we did the podcast, it was good because we all agreed a set time, so say 3 p.m. that it was, or 3:30.
Yeah.
And I was like, right, I'm going to do my jobs earlier. I'm going to do this an hour earlier. I'm going to have a shorter lunch break. I'm going to go to the post office a little bit earlier. And I was done. And that's what I think, coming back to having a schedule that works for me. But yeah, what I was doing on social media, I was like, I was almost like doing stories to just kind of sidetrack myself. And then I'd do so many stories, and then people would be messaging me, and I'd be chatting back and forth, and then 2, 3, 4 hours had gone, and then I'd look behind me, and then, you know, and you've seen it, Richard. Like, if I'm saying I'm going to list, I list 10 a day. Yeah. But I was listening till midnight sometimes, and I was like, clearly I need to get a grip of myself. And now I'm done by 4 o'clock every single day, or 5 o'clock. So it's much more healthier.
Oh yeah.
And
well, you're working normal working hours now, aren't you? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And you know, I'm still not. I still sometimes sat there working at midnight, so still doing it the wrong way. But
I was watching, I was watching someone the other day, and theoretically I list 10 a day. But if I can eventually get to the point whereabouts I can do 30 in the same time that I'm doing it, and because I've got the printer, and because my processes are becoming quicker. If I could manage to get
that's it. Shae's had enough.
She's had enough.
She's had enough.
The neighbor's car is going off.
Turn it off.
That guests always just walk off. It's all right. We're used to it.
Because I list 10, because I do 10 a day at the moment, as an example. That's 70 a week. If I could increase that to 35 a day, which is whereabouts I'm thinking of going, I could do in 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, I could do my week's worth of listing. And then 3 days or if not 4 days of the rest of the week, I could then focus on getting better quality items. Becky. So increasing my average sell price, but spending more time going out there. So that's one thing that I found. Now I'm niching down just with clothing, which isn't exciting. I don't like it, but
I keep saying to you, I remember the time when you got into reselling, you said, I'm never going to sell clothes. I hate 100%. Clothes. I'm never going to sell them. And now 100%. That's what he sells. That's what he's
but I do hate clothes, and I don't, but I love that I don't like
obviously, because you go to Comic Cons in just your pants.
Exactly. If I get to wear it. But for me, that's I don't want to be doing something I enjoy, because I get distracted. Yeah. So I treat it as a job, which is brilliant. And I now, and it's good for me, because when I was selling Wii consoles, I'd spend an hour playing 20 laps on Mario Kart Wii, or when the Wii Fit boards were there, you had to test that they work. So I used to do the yoga or the Zumba dancing, which is brilliant. But I think for me to kind of do something, I've got to kind of almost do something a bit boring, but I'm happy with that, because that's what works for me. But Don't get me wrong.
Have you got a routine with your listing, Shae? Do you try to have a set amount a day that you want to list, or do you do it in monetary value?
Well, I started out as just doing like a number of listings, and now I'm getting to the point where, okay, like I'm trying to pay attention to the quality and what that item costs now. Like, and I'm just trying to pay attention to more of the money side of it now, rather than how many I list, which is it's a whole learning process to get to that point. But I usually try to do at least 10 a day. That's
James is on 10 a day at the minute. I sort of went off for a little bit. I don't know if you, I mean, everyone here knows, like, I lost my brother to cancer in July, so my head's sort of been buried somewhere it shouldn't have been. So but with James's help, and obviously all the crowd on here has been like therapy. Now getting back into it, and I'm sort of doing 5 a day, because the funny thing is I'm absolutely rubbish at the minute as a eBayer, but James got into it because he used to watch people like me. Like, if anyone watches me the past 6 months, they'd be thinking, "Cross, I ain't getting into reselling. That looks rubbish. Yeah, earning no money." So, like, I've got into now. I'm listing 5 a day most days. I have missed a couple, but admittedly, James is doing 10. And sort of trying to get into that routine. And I have seen a big difference with my sales and that. If you're consistent like that, I mean, I've still got a bit of a death pile, but like, I'd prefer to go, because if I go to a charity shop and pick up 5 things, I'll bring them 5 things back and I'll list them straight away. If I'm looking at a pile of stuff, I don't know where to start. So like, I just go, I'll leave it. I'll start it some other time. But I have found that because our first podcast was on about being accountable for your own actions and stuff. So like, and then we was talking about doing the 5 a day. And it does make a difference. It does. I mean, obviously you're not going to sell stuff on eBay if you don't list it on eBay, but like the consistency, I think it does get the algorithm going. I just wonder whether you did yours like say, you did an amount rather than monetary value. Because I know Tommy,
yes, he's
Tommy
big
Bernard,
on, he's big on the monetary part.
He does the monetary side of it. Yeah. Exactly.
I've learned to, it's more not necessarily how many you have listed, because you could have, I don't know, you could have hundreds listed, but they're not going to be worth as much. So
definitely. And I think the other thing is as well is that, for me to do 10, that's just a synopsis, if that makes sense. Of that 10, my average sale that I make from that profit is probably average of anywhere between £10 and £20, so $10 and $20. And my sell-through rate on average is between 6 to 7 items per day without fail. My store will produce that for me. And I've seen that literally, I do believe that the monetary and the consistency all has part of eBay's traffic. Because I think as soon as you can kind of be quite similar with your routine, i.e. 10 items that's worth $150 or $200 or whatever it be, if you can put that on every single day, the bots that work for eBay and can read the algorithm, they can work out how much traffic they need to send to you.
Yep.
And I think the other thing is as well that it's really difficult to explain to anyone unless you are doing eBay. Like that, and we mentioned it throughout tonight's live with yourself. The title is the actual wording is the most important thing. The pictures are secondary, but that title, and as I said, I don't do toys, not at all. But I realized the value of that title when I was listing on Transformers was the difference between me getting a price or getting the quality of the item wasn't any different. But it really is. It's about them, Mattel. It's about the year. It's about what series that came through. So I think toys are awesome to get onto, because the one thing that I enjoyed about buying the Transformers is they're very reasonable to buy. They're very reasonable. They're pretty much always able to get in bulk, especially if you get it from a yard sale or we get it from a boot sale type of thing. Because people are just like, I want Raid. My boy doesn't use it. My daughter doesn't use it anymore. And then you'll say, how much do you want for it? And she's saying, oh, maybe $1 each. She says, oh, you can have the lot for $30. And then you're like, brilliant. There's like $300, $400 there.
Yep.
So it's a brilliant thing to get into, because it's not there are electronics sometimes, but maybe 1 out of every 30 items or 40 items is electronic. But they're so easy to package. They're safe to get to people. They're light. Most of them are quite lightweight. So I literally, if I was to choose another category, I would probably go down the toy route 100%.
Yeah. Well, the turnover in toys is exactly like how clothes is too. Like, people are always going to be constantly buying toys. They're constantly buying clothes. So it's the same kind of concept too.
I like the storage. I like the thing of the storage. If you've got the little figures, so easy to store. I mean, I went through a stage, and all this stuff is like stacked on it, like electronics, and like it just takes up so much room. It drives me absolutely nuts. So like the smaller stuff would be ideal.
Yeah, I have all mine.
Go on. And I was going to say, do you also buy like things like the Pokemon cards and
I'm not big on Pokemon cards. Cards are not like my strong suit. Like, I just sold a lot of the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Yeah, like my husband's sister had, like, sitting in a box. Like, so I went ahead, like, it looked like pretty common stuff. I went through and pulled some of them, but like I sold them in a lot for $75. So
wow.
You just need to remember blue eyes, black dragon, or whatever it is, or white dragon. Like that, then you're all right. I
haven't got a clue what you're talking about. I've got no clue.
That's the one thing I try and learn in pretty much as many niches as possible. I try and work out what's the bolo, and I think if you're even going to dabble in anything, at least know where the bolos are, because more often than not, the more that you look for something, the more you're going to start coming across them. With clothing, like sometimes the bolos are not even what I've learned as well through clothing. Sometimes it's not even the name of the company. Sometimes it could even be the materials. So an example of that, if you've got something that's $1 or £1, but it's 100% cashmere, you don't really need to do much more research than that. Just check the holes, check there's no holes, because cashmere is notorious for making holes because it's such a fine material. But you're talking about, you don't have to research that. Research that when you get home. Just get it and put it in, and you'll learn about levers as well. There's certain leather jackets and feels that you don't really need to spend 10 hours searching on an eBay at, because you'll just know that there's quality there. And I think as soon as you can...
My mum's just saying apps is cancelled, so it looks like I might not be doing a car boot tomorrow.
Oh, well, mine's not.
Well, that's not good. Well, New England Betty Boot has been out to a load of church sales on the way home.
Brilliant.
I love church sales.
We don't have that. Do you know what? I remember the churches around when I was growing up used to do jumble sales. We used to call them jumble sales. So like tabletops now have all the old clothes and stuff on them. I haven't seen a jumble sale for years.
Yeah, they're big over here. That's like one of my favorite sales to go to.
Really? And like if they were over here, I would be at them like a shot, because the stuff you used to get was just so cheap.
Well, yeah, usually you can just like pile up stuff and just like give whatever you want to give. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Amanda, where have you been? I hope you've got a good excuse. I hope you've got a good excuse. We've got Shae here. Shae's a toy seller. Don't be saying we don't know. We don't listen to the Eurovision thing here. We're talking toys here. You should be here.
Well, I was supposed to be on her live a couple weeks ago. Then I had like a family event come up and I couldn't make it. So I was supposed to be at one point.
Shit.
You're where you need to be. Don't worry.
To be fair, if it's the live that you couldn't make,
they don't talk about willies on Amanda's lives.
But if Amanda's live, if Shae couldn't make the one that became the one that it was live, it was an amazing live. It was an amazing live. So that's all I'm saying, Shae. So you made history happen on YouTube, and AVL Dave and me and Richard loved Amanda's live.
Absolutely.
Amanda was drinking a lot of alcohol, and it was very funny. but Amanda doesn't drink alcohol, but there was a reason for it. It was hilarious.
Where are you doing a boot sale tomorrow, Amanda? Ford? I've got to look for a new place, because they just cancelled my one by the looks of it. So are you planning to grow your business, or are you just happy with the way it's going? Have you got plans for it in the next few years?
Oh yeah, that's the plan is to retire Mike from his job so we can both do this. So
that'd be cool. That'd be cool. And what is your length of time? What sort of plan have you got for that? What are you saying?
I'm honestly like,
because Mike wants to hurry up. He wants to be out of it next week.
Yeah, he wants out. He's like, I'm done. Let's go.
Exactly.
I mean, ideally, it probably, if we really wanted to like buckle down and really do it, I'd probably say within the next year or 2 years.
Nice.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Well, you gotta be logical about it too, because like there's so much else that goes into it, and you have to plan it out. You just can't just like up and change everything. Like you have to make 100%. Sure that your bills are covered, and you're gonna be like, because we have kids, so it's there's a whole lot planning to it.
Definitely.
I would say the biggest thing if you're ever going to make the jump, and the one thing that I didn't do that's a regret, but there was mental health involved, is that at least at a minimum, I would say have between 5 and 6 months worth of bills potentially covered up in the bank. And that might seem an incredible amount, a lot of money, but when you have no other guaranteed income, that's the difference that gets rid of that stress and that allows you both to focus. Because the other thing is as well is that if you are to do it, January, February, and March as toy sellers might not be the best time to make that jump. If you can do it about this time. I know they said there's no perfect time, but there is a sensible time. And I would say after Q4, it as like people are not going to be getting them gifts that's all spent up, but then come in from the May to the rest of the year. That's big toy time, basically. Obviously, if you guys are buying like vintage Action Man Prestige in box, then you can sell them all year round. So but no, you guys have got it, and you know that's my biggest regret that I don't have. I didn't have that because it creates pressure and stress. But I'm just forever grateful that my wife has been so understanding. And every time I've said, oh, I'm short by £100 or I can't make it by 150, she's just said, it's not a problem. I don't want you to work for anyone. Like, your health is more important. We'll save money here. We won't go here. We won't do this. And I just think you can, as long as you're sensible with your money, as long as you budget. It's like this year one, like we wanted to go out of the country, but we've just knocked all holidays off the head. We're going breakaways, we're going on family breakaways, so we get amazing weekend aways together. But we just kept it realistic. But year two, like my plan is in my head, without saying, my wife's never going to watch this back, but my plan is that I end up doing really well, that I can self-fund a holiday and I can surprise her. That's something that's something that's motivating me in the background, that makes me want to go from 10 to 30 listings per day, but it doesn't happen overnight. And there's a lot involved with the more that you do a daily amount. Like if I'm doing 10 listings a day, I've got to get 300 items per month. If I then increase that to 20, I've then got to find 600 items to sell. And you know, and it just and then it's 900 items, you know, if I'm going up to like bigger numbers. So it's the thing is that
he hasn't fallen off a chair, has he?
It sounds so.
He's still falling off the shelf over here. It scared me.
It sounds so easy, but and a lot of people go, yeah, but then buy a pallet. But then if you're used to cherry picking all the good stuff, you'll be shocked what a pallet is. A pallet is 10% good, a load of bad, and a medium stuff. And you've got to learn how to get rid of all that stuff at once, and it's a different game. So for me, I'm just going to keep working at what I'm doing and build contacts. But I'm sure you've probably come across that yourself. The more that you go to these places, the more you say hello to people, the more that they'll know what you're after. And then you can start creating contacts with people.
Well, that's kind of like me, like hearing that guy earlier that like so-and-so had hid the toys over here because he had a contact there. It's one of those kind of things. So, no, I get it. But like for us, I have to drive like an hour to where I get like the good stuff that I want.
Wow.
So yeah.
That's
are you going to both, when you're both doing it, you're going to stick to the toys, or are you going to expand into other areas?
The majority of what we do is toys. Like he's into it too. Like he's actually learned along with me this past year what to grab, what not to grab. And I mean, we're still open to other things because he'll grab like I guess video games is still technically part of toys, but like he'll grab that kind of stuff. Or I don't know, there's just certain kind of items like we'll grab, like, or I know like single stitch t-shirts, like those kind of things. Like I know like there's little specific things to grab, but we enjoy toys and they're easy to store and ship, and I don't know, it's just easy.
I'd agree with that. The one thing going full time that, and now going into clothing, the fact that I never have to think like I did when I was packing a TV or a VCR. I don't think, will that arrive safe? I'm like, that's going to arrive safe. The only thing that could happen is someone's just going to go, it doesn't fit. But because it doesn't fit, they have to pay the return postage, so it's absolutely fine.
Yeah, it's like, because Sean obviously does the antiques. I mean, I'd be a bit worried if I was packing up all the antiques that he sends for like hundreds and thousands.
Yeah, 200, 300, 500.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be doing that every item. Like,
my heart would be like
going out. Yeah, you'd be stressed. You'd be stressed.
I'd want to hand deliver
networking,
because I think it wasn't so long ago he sold that for over a couple of £1,000, and
it
might have even been £3,000 or something. And I was just thinking, I'd want to hand deliver that. I'd want to go and drive it and drop it off to him.
Well, I had a pair of speakers they're only 20 quid speakers. They were like Wharfdale speakers. But like, he paid £15 shipping, and I thought, he lives half hour away, like 30 minutes away from me in Brighton. And I was half tempted to drive them over there, and I just thought, I can't. They got to go in a box. I can't. I just got to pack them up and send them. I couldn't do it. So Tam saying there's Belle's channel, her craft channel, size 17 shoes. That'd be like a boat for me.
Wow.
I could go sailing in that bad boy. Just saying, clothing is so much less stress for packing. Definitely, Gary. Talking about, when do you watch Lad Baby? Size 50. Yeah, he's a tall guy. Went to Ford boot sale today. Yeah, I was gonna go. Picked up over 100 mini Lego figures for £10 for 100.
That's good. That's a good deal.
That is really good.
That's brilliant.
That is really good. I should have got myself down there. What's Gary saying? I wonder how big his hands are.
No, it's not going down that route again, is it?
It's going down that route again.
Well, Tam and Belle's video is on in 15 minutes, so do make sure after the live as well. If you wanna, if the mods want to pop their link,
pop the link in. Yeah, I mean, I think Tam's a mod, so just pop the link in for your video, and we'll all go over and watch that. I've got to catch up with Shae's one later as well. No, Belle, no, hit him up. Sean's helped me and Kev out on antique knowledge. He's really knowledgeable. Knowledgeable.
He's really knowledgeable.
It's like Bill and Ben the Flower Pot Man.
It's old timers.
It's the old timers, mate. I'm telling you, because sometimes my brain disengages from my mouth, and it is honestly, it's old timers. I'm telling you, it's a thing. It's a thing. I forgot what I was saying again. See, I told you. It's real. It's real.
You're about to say about Sean and his knowledgeable.
Yeah, and he really does know his stuff. And like I was saying earlier,
I look after my dad.
Yeah, cheers, son. But that's the thing. We've got Sean for the antiques. We've got Chaddy Pete for the clothing, or Lee does the clothing, and you know, it's good to have people in these.
The luxury pickers as well, like they are amazing. Like
I've only just started watching the luxury pickers,
because that's who Lee goes to. Because sometimes you go, oh, that's who's really good, and then you go, who do they go to? Lee goes to them. So they are incredible at what they're doing as well. And if you really want to get some good content at the moment, their Instagram, their lives are phenomenal, because they just do what they've picked up, and they're picking up some really good stuff at the moment. They give some on their most recent Instagram, which was today. They give some really good tips about some sunglasses, about what's in trend at the moment. And I think they picked up something the other day for like £2.50, flipped it for like 60, 70 within less than a week or so. So if kind of
they got a bricks and mortar store as well, haven't they? Have they got a shop?
Now, I heard them whisperings. I don't know if they said they had or they have, but I know they've definitely had one at one time. Whether they currently do at the moment, I'm not too sure.
Oh, maybe I was watching an old, but they've only been on YouTube 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, but they've been selling for reselling community for like years and years and years.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. But they've grown really quick on YouTube and stuff.
But I suppose they've got that Chatty Pete effect. Like Pete knew what he was talking about. It wasn't like, I'm at a boot sale. This is what I picked up. This is what I think I can get. They've gone, this is what I picked up. This is what it's worth. And these are the details. When someone's knows the next level,
it's more of a confidence in it too. Like you can tell when somebody's talking about like that, they know what they're talking about.
100%. And like, and they'll pick up a bag, but they might go, this sells for 60. But if you look for the dress, or you look for the shawl, or you look for their handbags, this is worth 600, 700. So when people know that much knowledge, you cannot be but drawn to it. And I imagine, Shae, your videos and your knowledge of your figures, the more that you sell things, isn't it? But as an example, in a year's time, you'll go, oh, I sold this for $20, but I actually sold that. If you can get the full set in Q4, when Q4 hit, I sold that for $300. So you might say it might be better to put all the bit, like Paw Patrol as an example. The thing to do come July is to have the tower, the boat, and all the figures, and create a bundle. And then you can get $200 for it come Q4. So, it's just, I think it's brilliant. I just love that about the knowledge is just amazing sometimes what people have.
I think it's kind of weird because now I'm having people message me a lot more of like, they'll send me a picture of a toy and ask me if I have an idea of what this is, or like, hey, if you see this, can you keep an eye out? Let me know. Like, I'm having those kind of conversations with people now, which is, I don't know. I never a year ago would not think that I would be here. So it's
good though, isn't it? It's nice that you can help people out with things like that. Because like I say, people can tell whether you're talking BS or whether you know what you're really talking about.
Well, everyone realistically could go on anyone's eBay store and they can look at the sold comps. It's all there.
Yeah.
So we've been there and done that, haven't we?
So unless you're on a platform that doesn't reveal that information, which pretty much all of them do, it's all there to be seen. It's all in a public source, and sadly there are people that want to talk a load of rubbish, but I just think it's funny. I just think they're comedy. So
comedy gold.
I picked up this glass and it's worth £1 million. Yeah, sure it is, Alan. Sure it is.
Right, so we've kept Shae for 2 hours. Should we wrap it up?
Yeah, I want to say thank you very much.
I could keep on chatting because I've had a fantastic day. I've had a fantastic laugh. So it's been brilliant.
Awesome.
Been brilliant having you on. Yeah. And if you're up for it, you don't have to say yes. You don't have to say yes for the sake of saying yes. But we would love to get you and Mike on the podcast at some stage. It'd be cool to get you on. There we can sort of. It's a bit more grown up on there, isn't it? It's not like that first one. I think we went a bit wild and it got a bit sweary, but we sort of calmed down on the second one.
I think the reason for the first one was just to kind of set the law of the brand.
And not being funny, it was just us talking. It was like us when we finished the lives, and it's like when we have a chat afterwards. Sometimes it's the best. It's the best. Like if everyone on here saw that, they'd think it was the best thing ever. So like it's good to do that. And to say we've recorded the first podcast now with a guest, so that'll be out at the end of this month, and you're gonna love it. I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. So
it's gonna be a good one.
But that's all fantastic. Thank you so much for coming on and spending 2 hours of your time with us. Because it's sometimes
have you got that?
It might feel like 6 hours to you, but
can I see Frankenstein one more time?
Yeah, I want to see the monster again.
Frankenstein. What a lovely way to hear he is. This is the best I've ever seen.
That is amazing. I'll tell you what, if I could find one of them over here, I would be a happy man.
That is amazing.
What make is it? What make is it again?
It's Gemmy. It's GEMMY.
I'm gonna have a look for one of them bad boys. I don't care.
No. You're gonna have a look. You're gonna get me one of them.
Gemmy. You're gonna get me one of them. thank you guys for spending a couple of hours with us. Appreciate it. I hope you've learned something. Yep. Yes, go on over and watch Tam and Bell. All the links are in the description, so go and check out Shae's Instagram and YouTube. You can check out my Instagram if you want. Make sure you go and check James's. No point in going looking at his YouTube because he's deleted all his videos off. So no point.
No point.
You'll be wasting your time.
If there's anything you want to talk about, something serious, hit me up on Instagram. And also, if I don't talk to you for 8 hours, it's because I've put it on mute.
Muted.
But I will. But I reply to all messages by the end of the day.
And we always say, don't we? We always say, like, if you just need a chat, if you feel you've got something you need to talk about and you haven't really got anyone you can talk to, listen, send us a message. Send us a message, and like we'll definitely link up and have a chat with you.
Yeah, and if you've watched the show tonight and you thought, oh, you know, I am a bit lonely, these things are happening, honestly, just send us a message. If you want me to sing to you every morning, I'll send you a song every morning. Don't you worry.
We'll either really cheer you up or really drive you bonkers. So,
yeah. It's a double-edged sword.
Thank you so much, guys. Don't forget, check Shae out.
Definitely
check James's Instagram, and if you want, go and have a look at mine.
And don't forget, hit that thumbs up button on your way out, by the way.
Oh, you can, yeah, you can do if you want. But there'll be more. Hopefully, I'm doing a car boot tomorrow. If I am, I might get a video out of it. Next Saturday, we have got a guest because it's James's last Saturday Night Live next Saturday. Yeah, you're all right. Yeah, I'm all right, mate. Like that. And then obviously the week after we've got the second podcast. So keep an eye out for that. Maybe some videos in the week. Have you got any videos coming up, Shae, or any lives?
I have my live tomorrow night. It's a little late for your guys' time though, but
we'll be watching it.
I'm awake at 2, 3, 4 in the morning, so that'll be fine.
Yeah.
Go and listen. Don't go to sleep tomorrow night. Go and watch Shae, all right? I'm telling you now.
That sounds good. That sounds good.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Much appreciated. We'll see you soon. Take care. See you later.
In the room. Bye.
See ya.